Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly work session. We are very glad you're here. Coach Ashley is feeling a little under the weather, so we are having a Q&A session today. If any of you had problems getting in today, we apologize. The link apparently expired at the end of the year, so we just re-upped that about 5 minutes ago. Didn't realize that expired. So it looks like a lot of you are able to make it in here, which is really awesome. We're definitely glad you're in here, but we are essentially going to have a open Q&A session for, we've had a lot of new customers lately, so we are here to ask any questions too that you would like. And I guess first of all, we got, just want a quick introduction for those of you who maybe don't know me. I'm Greg, one of the founders here at GetOiling, and we also have Amanda and Kim. I don't know, Amanda and Kim, you want to say hello?
Hello, everybody. Good morning and Happy New Year. It's 2020. Woo! We hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year celebrating with family and friends. And we are ready to rock 2020 and help you guys get a great start. I am also one of the co-founders. My name is Amanda Gilwine, and I do a lot of the question and answers when you guys email in or on any of the Facebook pages or stuff like that. And then we have Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. This is super exciting to start off a fresh year with all of you guys, and especially so many new customers. It's exciting to see. My name is Kim, and I kind of been more behind the scenes. I am great friends with Greg and Amanda, and I'm very fortunate to have them add me to their team. And I'm kind of on the background, and I answer a lot of your guys' questions via email and chat and phone calls, just helping you guys get your sites set up and navigate through all the tools that we have to offer. So you don't see my face too often. I'm not doing a lot of the answering of questions live, but I'm here for you. I love helping you guys. And like Greg said today, a lot of new customers, a lot of people who have new resolutions for this year. So we're here to get you guys started on the right foot for 2020. And we are just always so excited to see you guys succeed. So if you have questions or just things that you haven't been able to figure out yet, let's get them answered today.
Yeah, so if any of you have created any New Year's resolutions for your business, we would love to hear them. If you want to post them in the chat, that it's always fun to read those and to know what your aspirations are and how we can help you as a team as well.
Cool, thanks. Looks like we've got some questions rolling in. So for those of you that want to post some questions, the best place is probably there's a little Q&A button that's down on the bottom of the Zoom bar. Should be a little black bar with Q&A button on it. Go ahead and put your question in there. Chat works too. We'll try to monitor that. That's a little harder to keep track of, but we can definitely keep track of that. Looking in the chat, hi Susan, hi Deb, Happy New Year. All right, so let's just kick it off here. Actually, maybe I will, just in case it comes in handy, I'm going to go ahead and share the computer screen. Hey, look at that. I installed an operating system update, and now it's asking me to give Zoom permission to share my screen. That's a new one. So, okay, this is a wrinkle here. It says I can't record the contents of the screen until Zoom quits, which would end the webinar. That's not good. Okay, let's...
Greg, I can.
Yeah, why don't you share your screen?
Okay. Let me, 1 second.
Yeah, tech issues for sure, Tony and Kim. You never really know until you get into the thick of it, right? That's why every time you're setting something new up, just make sure to test it yourself. That's just kind of the rule we've learned over the years. Like if you get a new landing page or whatever.
Did I share something already, Greg?
Nope, I don't see anything quite yet.
No.
Yeah, we had, well, just updated to whatever this latest Mac OS is. And of course, it's asking like every app I open up now, I got to have some new permission or something like that. So let's see if I can answer some of these while she's getting the screen shared here. Just browsing through the questions. Let's see. So Tony asks, so I set up a 2020 newsletter in a campaign. I want to include a link to the Abundance Challenge campaign already set up in GetOiling from Grow Workspace. How do I put the link in my newsletter and get it active for members to opt in with a landing page? And yes, the answer is with a landing page. You can, so the way that Grow Workspace sets up most of their material, and maybe they'll change this over time, but right now they have it set up so that when you import the bundle, it's a campaign. And when you're setting up a landing page, there is a way to choose that. You can choose a campaign. So what you do is you set up a landing page and then choose that campaign. Are you having any luck with the screen share over there? You know,
yeah, I am getting it here.
Okay, because if not, I have another computer here that I could try as another option. But
it's just okay.
It'd be a little easier to actually show it than try to talk it through here. So let me see if I can get that up and going just as a, oh, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
Yep. All right. Do you want to log in as their John L. folk and get that account going? No H there. Yeah. And then put the word test after it and it'll make that one pop up. There you go, the first one there. All right, so landing pages. I think what you're talking about there, Tony, if you click on the landing pages link there in the context menu, you can click on any of these, I think. So whether you create a new one or whether you edit an existing one, and you can go ahead and edit any of those once you click on that link. Under the settings button there, if you click on that, there's a page settings button, link, I guess. And then the campaign to use that's where you would choose the Grow Workspace campaign. It's kind of towards the top center there where it says campaign to use. And this is the Grow Workspace campaign. Once you've imported it, would show up in there. So you would just choose it and then, finish setting up the landing page. I think we've done some landing page trainings in the past. And yeah, so that's basically what you do. Some people actually, this idea came up recently too. I just wanted to share it with people. For the landing pages, some people would, rather than like blast out this email every month that people don't want to, or they might not want the information. Some people are sending or maybe posting on social media a link to a landing page and then updating it every month with whatever that their newsletter would be and letting people opt in and get that campaign. So that's another option for doing that too. But yeah, that's how you would do it. Just choose it from the campaign list. This would also work in custom pages too. It doesn't just work on landing pages. Anywhere you can use a campaign, basically, you can use that Grow Workspace material. So hopefully that helps, Tony. Let us know. Moving on to the next question. Best way to use GetOiling for a specialty group compared to Facebook. Yeah, this would probably be more of a, if Ashley were here feeling a little better today, we'd probably have her take this one. My take on it, and Amanda Kim, if you want to hop in as well, you certainly could. But for the specialty group, you want to make sure that it's something like really enticing for people to go over there. I mean, because it is on your website, it's a little bit more of a barrier for people than it is if you just have, on Facebook, because, it just shows up within all their other Facebook feeds and then kind of pulls people in. So I guess, I don't know, maybe that's not the angle that you're looking for with your question, but as long as you have something there that's like they really, really want, which the specialty group should be, once they've got, I assume, you're setting this up with like a landing page that's going to take them into this specialty group, or maybe you're adding them to it. Either way, you can do that and get them in there. It does send out, if there's posts, that's one way to get people engaged too. Like if you have a discussion room set up inside of your GetOiling vault inside your member area, then when you have discussion room posts, it actually does send out emails to anyone else who has an active account in there. So that's one way to get people to engage. They'll see the email and then they can click on it and it takes them right to the landing page, or sorry, to that discussion room where they can talk about that. So if you don't have a discussion room by default, it doesn't send any emails out. So, or did I say discussion room? I'm sorry. If you just have a vault with like a page and a class in there, if somebody comments on a class lesson or something, it does send out emails. But a discussion room is a really good idea to drive engagement there, as well as like trying to, if you do have classes with lessons, getting people to comment, because I think on the bottom of every one of those lessons, there's a way to set up a little like discussion prompt. So, all right.
Yeah, because the one thing that Ashley and Martha have both said is that the reason why they say a specialty group within GetOiling is because you have more control over what people will see. On a Facebook page, you get that point of are people actually seeing what you are posting, where within GetOiling, you can send them an email or a text message saying, hey, I have a new post in my specialty group, or whatever your vault is called, or anyway. So that would be one of the reasons why you would want to use the GetOiling platform versus just Facebook, where you may not know for sure if your group is seeing every single post, because you are relying on the Facebook algorithms to show an update to people and stuff like that. So at least with us, you would be able to get those messages out to people.
Mm-hmm. And you can always send out an email or text this might be something, could you show this, Amanda? If you scroll down to the member area, there's a way to send out an email or text to everyone who's in there. So go up a little bit under my site and there's the member area link. When you click on that, there is, scroll down to vaults. And within each vault, there is a link that says view and message, and then it shows the number of contacts. So if you click on that one, it doesn't really matter. It'll take you to the contact manager. And then from here, you can go ahead and use the actions button to send a mail or text. So if you have a post that you want to drive engagement to within your vault, then this is, or anything, it doesn't have to be a post. It could just be anything, new page, new whatever, new lesson, anything. You can use that feature to really get there, versus Facebook. Obviously you can't text them, but here you could do that, or send a separate mail, that sort of thing. The other thing is, if you are using social media, Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you have in particular like a Facebook group, you can essentially create a curiosity post for your own the GetOiling group. I've seen that done too, like where you have a post that sort of teases what's inside of your member area. That's a great way to get people over there and link to it. So cool. Yeah, Kim, hopefully that helps there. Kim, did you have something to add, or were you?
Nope. No.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. Deb's question. I'm having trouble importing my members list. I'm using a Mac and the list automatically uses numbers. Okay. So Deb, what's probably happening, when you download from Young Living, from the virtual office, I believe it does actually create a file. By default, it goes into your downloads folder on your Mac. So, but I think some browsers are set up to automatically pop that file up in numbers. So I don't use numbers a lot. I find it not to my liking a ton, but within numbers, I believe, I'm just going to open it up on my computer, which unfortunately you can't see at the moment, but I think there is a way of exporting it as a CSV file, and that's really what you have to do there. Once you've got it exported, or once you've got it imported, it'll come up, and I think it's under the file menu in numbers. There's an export to link, and then CSV, and then you would just do that, save it, and then import that file. Or you could just probably go look. So Amanda's showing you where you import. You're probably familiar with this, but under contact settings and then import, that's where you would ultimately put the file. if it does open up in numbers and you can't find it in your downloads folder, could you go ahead and click on import, Amanda? I wonder if it's going to show you the your file browser, or if that's hidden on the Zoom screen share. So scroll down and just click on the choose file button. And oh, it does show you. Okay, so you can see on the left where it says downloads. So hopefully that file would show up in the list there. And usually the name is, if you look, I think it's probably it's the fourth file there that Amanda has, where it says like all_account something something. That's usually how the files are named.
Usually how the files are named.
And then whoops, we got an echo here. I wonder where that's coming from.
You sound okay on here.
Weird. Okay. Testing. Oh, okay. It was you, Amanda. For some reason, it's echoing. I wonder if the headset shut off. There we go. Okay. Anyway, it is the day of tech issues, apparently. But yeah, so you just find that file under there. It should be called all accounts. If that doesn't exist, then go to numbers and then do the file save as, or export to CSV. That should take care of that. So Deb, let us know if you have any further questions on that one. All right, so Beth is up next. I am new and have two questions. First, is there a way to add prospects to the contact manager and flag them so that they are prospects and not members? We'll get to that here. You have a second question, which is a little bit easier to answer. Second, are these calls recorded? Yes. So we do record these. This will be uploaded on YouTube here later today. And we'll send out a link to anyone who's registered for the weekly work session, so you can come back here and watch this later. So you don't have to, so just about the weekly work session in general, like if you want to, you don't have to be here live. We do always send out recordings. If you have a topic you want us to cover live, email it in beforehand, and then we'll do our best to get it on there if we can, or maybe if we've done a previous one, we'll point you at that one as well. But that's a good way to get some topics on there too. So back to your first question there, Beth, is there any way to add prospects to the contact manager and flag them that they're prospects and not members? Yeah, so you can use tags. So yeah, if you click on manage there, there's a couple of different ways of doing this, depending on the size of your list, how many people that you have in your contact lists here, essentially. You can see like some of those two contacts that are down there that have like, there's a little AAA tag and prospects tag. There's a good example of that. When you're editing them, maybe click the little pencil icon on any one of those. When you're editing a contact, there's a way to tag them. So tags, you can just type in any tag, or if it's your first time, you'll have to type a tag, and then it'll add it to the list, essentially, once you've created that tag, and then it'll show up for you. So as you're importing, there is a screen where you can, on the second page, back to where Amanda was a couple screens ago, where it had import, and then she was choosing the file. After you choose the file and go to the next screen, there's a field that looks like this, and that will automatically tag them as they come in the next time, or as they're imported, I should say. So that is probably the best way to do that. If you want to get a little bit more advanced, there's a field called, I think, contact type, which is where it says product customer there. That's actually like a built-in field called product customer, and it only has a few values, but yeah, it's right next to rating above the tags. So if you want to get a little more advanced, then you'd have to like import your CSV into like a program called Numbers, add a column called contact type, and then set it to one of these values. But tags are usually the easiest way to do that. Cool. All right, so Donna asks, is there a way to keep track of birthdays? Right now there isn't. There's a membership anniversary date. We do have that on our wish list with the, to add a birthday field at some point. But there isn't currently. Oh, go ahead.
You could do a
to-do item?
Calendar, a to-do item for that specific person for their birthday. Let's see here.
Yeah, it wouldn't be on this screen. It would go back a screen, and there's another. The to-dos are on the previous screen. If you scroll down a little bit, there is a to-do for that. Mm-hmm.
So if you birthday, and then you put in their date.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to, yeah, then you would have to add one every year for a while. So that's probably the downside of this. But right now, the birthday field isn't available, so you could do this in the meantime. All right. Meg asks, when you aren't tech savvy and need more help getting things started with your website, is there ability to chat with folks to help you walk through it? I'm so behind and confused and everything works right now. Email is our primary means of support. We do have a little chat on our main website, although that one, is maybe not the best place for support. Sometimes it kind of depends on the type of support, but if you just send us an email, we can figure out how to go from there. We can figure out something that hopefully works for you there. To get you up and going. We do have, as far as like training resources, there are a couple different places. So right away, like, when you sign up, there is our 30-day, it's Destined for Diamond email series. And it's about 30 days worth of training. I think it's only technically 20 emails because we give you a break every once in a while, every few days. But what it is like a series of emails that walks you step by step through getting your system set up. So that's a fantastic way of getting going. The other option is there's a green setup progress bar there. Amanda, if you want to click that, there is a series of short videos there. So, I mean, we definitely recommend that you start with these. Each one of those, except for that first one there, has a little video that's super short. You can see that one's 58 seconds. It's very super short and very targeted about how you do a specific item. And so that's where we'd recommend you start. Get started. If you have specific questions, there's also the question mark icon in the lower right-hand corner. If you click on that, it's a searchable help library. So you can just search for a keyword like I want to send an email or I want to import or whatever. You can just search for that, hit enter, and then it comes up with a number of suggestions for you in terms of whatever that you're looking to do. So those are a few resources there. But definitely go through the getting started, that little rocket thing that you're seeing there on the left, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and if you want to, that's a good option there. So if you're in the help and you click that little box arrow thing, it does open the help into another tab, which can be super nice because oftentimes that little help widget covers up what you're trying to do. This way you can keep it in another tab and have it kind of more of a full screen experience for help. And I think these pages probably are even printable if you want to go that approach. But yeah, so definitely do that. Any questions, you can certainly reach out to support@GetOiling.com and we'll help you out there, get you going. So,
and then there's also this help button up here, which has some videos that are tied to it. As soon as there, okay. The quick reference guide, and then the 90-day challenge webinar. The first one right here is the table of contents to tell you what is in each video. So if you are looking to do something in particular, like I think there's landing pages on here. Isn't there, Greg?
Yeah, I think we cover landing pages in there, and I think week 9 is like the page builder. So this is another way, like if you want to go more in depth, each of these videos is about an hour long. You can definitely dive through these. There's 13 weeks, covers about 90 days of your time. And you can, because they're recordings, obviously you can proceed at your own pace. You could go faster or slower or whatever you want, or just hunt for a specific topic and go for that. But that is another excellent way of getting up to speed. If you have a little bit more time on your hands to devote to that. But the quickest way is that little setup checklist bar at the top, the green bar, the search icon in the corner, and then that Destined for Diamond email series. If you're already a customer and you're not receiving it for some reason, or if you want to restart it after you're done and you don't have the emails, if you scroll all the way down, Amanda, and under the My Account settings link at the very bottom of the menu there, if you click on that, there is a Destined for Diamond link there, which then reactivates you, and then you'll start getting it. If you click that button, it'll go ahead and it'll restart that series for you. So now this test account will get our Destined for Diamond series. So yeah, cool. Hopefully that helps you get started. Again, email us at support@getoiling.com if you have any questions. Marie asks here, I have imported my Young Living team and change some info for some of the members, first name to what they commonly go by. Is there a way to lock a contact so they will not get updated again on future imports, so I don't have to do this manual updating of some of their data? Currently, no, that is a wish list item. And actually, what we may do, one of the ideas that came up related to this, which is sometimes why we let these ideas percolate so we can figure out what idea might even be better. Somebody had the idea that we could add a separate field for like nickname, which then wouldn't be replaced, and then you could update that rather than like some complicated per field locking thing. But that is on our wish list, something that we have our eye on in terms of new features here. Let's see here. Deb says, I have a domain name. Am I able to just add it to my settings? No, that's something you have to email with us. We have to coordinate some hosting changes on our end. So just send us, actually, there is a support article on this. If you want to, I think if you just click the question mark and type domain in there, there's some instructions for you. Yeah, custom domain and email. And then it gives you some instructions on what you can do. You can actually pre-configure this, or if you want, you can just send us an email at support@GetOiling. We'll ultimately point you back at this page as well, because there are some settings that setting changes that you have to make in order to make this happen, to connect a domain name. But then once you do, you're good to go. It's a pretty simple process for the most part, but yeah, you can totally do that. And related, Brandy had asked about a website showing up as not secure. Some of the browsers do show an icon in the upper left corner, or not an icon, but a little badge in the upper left-hand corner, depending on whether you have a security certificate. Now, we can install those for you. They're relatively inexpensive, and they're on, an annual sort of fee, because that's kind of how they are billed out. So if you're interested in that, send us an email at support@getoiling.com, and we can help you out with that. Lucy says, I'm new in setting up my page. Where's the best place to utilize Grow Workspace classes? Are there any automatically populated lessons for people with both services or other benefits? So the Grow Workspace classes all come across as campaigns right now. And to see those, you just click on the settings link in the context menu, and then there will be, scroll down a little bit, and there'll be campaigns there on the left. After you've imported them from Grow Workspace, they'll show up here. And I don't think this test account has any in there from Grow Workspace, but they would just show up under, I think all the Grow Workspace ones say Grow Workspace at the beginning of them, so you know where they came from. And so you could go in here at this point. I think for a lot of them, I think Grow Workspace does recommend that you edit them, because some of them, like, they require you to fill out some of your information on there. From our perspective, yeah, we recommend that you go in there and kind of tweak the copy to your voice. Basically, you just click on the campaign name, and it'll pull up a list of messages that are in there. And then there will be you can just click on each of those, the subject line, and then you can set up the message, edit the message that's in there. So the nice thing is, once you get it from Grow Workspace, it's yours, it's your copy, so you can make changes to it, whatever you want to do to it, save it. And then to use it now, so just having the campaign into your account doesn't really do anything. So you need to have a way for people to get it. Now, depending on the campaign, you either can add it, due to the nature of the campaign, I should say. So for example, if it's like a new members campaign, that might be something that you'd want to add to a new member. If it's a specific topic, if it's about, I know they've got some very targeted classes, and I don't remember some of them offhand, but that you probably wouldn't want to send out to everybody. That's going back to, I don't remember whose question that was earlier about setting up a landing page. That would be another way of doing that. You'd set up a landing page that has the Grow Workspace campaign, and then send out that link to the landing page for people to opt in to that training. So those are kind of the two different ways of doing it. And for the cases where you want to add somebody to a campaign, that's in the contact manager. So you click on the manage link in the context menu, and then you can either filter using the filters button or that little checkbox next to each contact. So yeah, you can filter it down, and then, or, if you close this window here, filter by tags or whatever, but there's that little checkbox to the right of each of those, and you can select individual contacts that you can message it to. It kind of depends on the size of your team. If you got a huge team, you probably are filtering. If it's a smaller team, then selecting it might be the way to go. But once you do that, and there's the actions button up on the top. You can click that and then say there's an add campaign link. You'd click that and then choose the campaign that you want to send. Your full list will be in there. The Grow Workspace class will be in there, and then you would just hit apply. So we probably don't want to do that in the test account, of course, but but that's how you would do it. There's an apply button on the bottom, and then that would send it out to everybody. Now, this is a case where it gets into the, what do you want to say, permission-based marketing. If you send out a class to everybody and your team's pretty big and it's not something they're interested in, you'll probably get some spam complaints and unsubscribes. So you really, that's where the landing page idea comes in more so. And there is, I think we have a separate weekly work session training. By the way, all of our recordings are on, I think it's youtube.com/GetOiling. Or if you're watching the replay, you can just click to see our channel. But I think we have a landing page training in there as well that goes really into depth on how to build those. It's probably a little more complicated than we have time for today. But anyway, so that's how you would add the campaign to contacts. So you can do it to one contact at a time, or you can do it to hundreds at a time as well. So kind of depends on what the campaign and class is that you're looking for. So anyway, yeah, that is one of the benefits of having both, is that you can easily import. On the Grow Workspace side, any class that supports GetOiling, they just have a link in there, and you just click it, takes you to GetOiling, and you check a box and hit a button, and it copies the campaign into your account. So that's really all there is to be done there. Next question here. So Marie says, is there a way to manage your tags that you can delete tags or edit them? Right now, you can bulk change tags. So let me, can you close that and then go to actions, click actions, the add campaign follow-up plan vault or tags link there. So yeah, go ahead and click that. So here is where you would, so like let's say you want to change the name of a tag. Now we do, just stepping back for a second, we do have a wish list item to make this a little bit easier, but this is how you could manage it. So let's say that you've got a tag that you want to change to something else. So first you probably filter down to everybody who has a specific tag. And then, so go ahead and do that. So you click filters, let's pick one of the tags, whatever it might be, business builder, something like that. And there's a filter button at the bottom that will filter down your contacts. So now we're going to pull up our list. We've got 6 people here. Now let's say we want to add another tag to that group. You can go to actions and then click the add campaign follow-up plan or tags. And you can see there's a tags field kind of towards the bottom there. This is where you could add another tag if you wanted to, or if you wanted to get rid of a tag from everybody, you could say remove. So to answer your question more directly, like if you want to delete a tag from everybody, first you'd filter by everybody that has that tag. And then secondly, you'd come into here and say remove, and then it would take that off of everybody. Once the tag is gone from all the contacts, then the tag goes away. We do have a wish list item, I guess, to improve that and make it, like, oh, I just want to delete a tag and make it a little bit easier. But that's the steps. You can do that now kind of indirectly by removing the tag from everybody that has it. Oh, hey, Sue has a great idea. For birthdays, can you just do them by month tags right now? Yes, absolutely can. That's a great idea, Sue. Thank you. Brilliant, actually. So you'd be able to add tags to your, if you're just sending them out by birthday month, you could definitely tag them by your birthday month, which would be really cool. You could just create a tag called birthday January or something like that, whatever you want to call it. And then you could filter by those tags once a month, go in and filter by that and send out a happy birthday email or text or whatever. And yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Sue. And another birthday is a popular question today. Marie asked, he probably thought of this would be nice to add custom fields for items such as birthday. Agreed. Again, another item on our wish list. Oops, wrong button there. All right, so Kathy says, hi, is there a way to print up an attendee list of those who register for an event via our GetOiling event registration? Yes, kind of indirectly, not directly through the software, but you can, I wonder, so can you go to events in the menu? We'll just I wonder if there's an event that we have in this demo account that has some attendees. So go ahead and click manage under events there. Okay, there's somebody with 19 people. Awesome. So click on the sample event. This is what you do. So if you're looking to print it, you can see there's an attendee list there on the side. And if you click the actions button next to the attendee list in that column there, it'll take you to the contact manager. Now this has everybody that's inside of the event. You can see it's got 19 people. And here's where you can click. So this is where you would take it to another piece of software, like a word processor or whatever that you want to, or maybe it's just a list that you want to print a list. So click on actions and then the add campaign, follow-up plan, or tags link again. And down at the bottom, if you scroll down, there is an export CSV link. If you click on that, that'll take you to a place where you can just download the list of people to your computer, and then you can print that out however you want to. If you if you want to print a list, or you want to do a mail merge, or you want to put it into, I know there's programs online where you can like just upload your list, and then it will physically mail them a postcard. There's all kinds of possibilities when you do it this way. So just a quick recap, you go to your events manage list, click the actions button, and then do your actions button again, kind of redundant there, I guess, and then click that add follow-up plan campaign or tags and click the export, and then you'll get to this screen. All right, Meg says, thank you, I'm receiving the Destined for Diamond emails. I'm getting back on track with everything after everything that's come up in the last couple months, getting restarted and have some of the website set up going forward. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Meg. Thanks for attending here today. Shannon says, I have recently had more people clicking on my site and filling out the contact form. What I didn't realize was when I send my monthly newsletter or something specific for my team, these people are also getting the email. What do I need to filter or how to select just my team? Great question. So I guess it depends on, so if they're filling out the contact form, I suppose that's probably not tagging them. Just trying to think. One way would be to use our tree viewer for your organization. So there's this little button here. Yeah, go ahead and click on that. And what that does inside your contact manager, it shows your organization in a tree view. And what you can do then is check check the boxes. This is actually a leg mailer too. So this kind of is like a feature introduction as well as answering your question, but you check the boxes of your team members, and this is just your team members, is not any prospects, or people who don't have a member number essentially. To show up in this list, they have to have a sponsor number, an enroller number, and a member number filled out on their contacts field. But so you can select all the ones that you want to mail or email or text or whatever you want to do. You can, once you've got those selected, go up to the actions button at the top there and click whatever, like mail, for example, if you want to send a mail. And at the bottom of the window, there's a little box that says mail the downline of each selected contact. So you'd want to check that too. And so what that's going to do, basically you're selecting the top of your organization, you're personally enrolled, and then it will go down and mail everyone. And if you just want to do your personally enrolled, you can just not check that mail downline box. And then, because we've had some people who have just been working with their personally enrolled. So the tree viewer is a great way to do that, as well as like browse your team. But anyone, they only show up in that little tree viewer if they are, in fact, they have a member number and a sponsor and an enroller. Awesome. So Marie asks, how would you add each contact to a campaign that would kick off on their anniversary date? Right now, that's something you'd have to add manually. There is no campaign auto trigger. We leave the the communication, I guess, up to you at this point. Regarding the anniversary date, there is that field inside the system, so that if you have an anniversary, you can the system will automatically remind you. It shows up on your dashboard. Well, no, it doesn't show up in the dashboard. What it does, it shows up in your daily activity email. And then there's a way of filtering by that as well. So what you could do, I suppose, I don't know how specific you're looking, Marie, to get. If it's just your anniversary month, you could add an action item for yourself to do. We can demo this here. So if you click the filters button, there's a field called anniversary date, or month and year, I guess, towards the bottom of the box. So you could search by everyone that has an anniversary in whatever month. So yeah, maybe just pick one of those and click filter and see if we have anybody. You don't have to pick a year. You could just see, oh, who's all enrolled on that given month. There they are. And then you can go ahead and mail them with the actions button, or you can go ahead and add a campaign to them. So once a month, within a few clicks, you can kick off a campaign to them. There's no automatic trigger for that. Right now, you can't automatically add a campaign on a given date, but you can filter down based on the anniversary date and then add a campaign using that link that Amanda's showing you there. Cool. All right. And Sue asks, I love Vistaprint for sending out postcards, so we can send them from here. Did I understand right? Yeah, anywhere that you have a list of contacts, whether, the filtering, once you've filtered it and you click that little add campaign, follow-up plan, Volter tags link, you have that export CSV option. You can take that CSV file, give it to Vistaprint or whatever provider. There's all sorts of printing providers out there. And then, you can have them send it out. Because I think, there's the physical mailing address, there's the phone number, there's the email. So I think all of that information would be able to get put over there, so you can send out snail mail, as some people tend to call it. So cool. All right, keep the questions coming here. Let's see here, looking in the chat. Virginia asks, are you limited to how many sends each month? Yes, so the way the contact manager works is maybe a little bit different than some other contact managers out there. Right now anyway, on most plans, if you're on basic or higher, there's no limits to the number of contacts you can have. The limits are based on the number of emails and texts that you send every month. So, I mean, if you're just, working, if you're just using the contact manager to keep in touch with people, you can have as many people in there as you want, which is really cool. Now, sending emails and text, we have this concept called marketing credits. And the way that works, every plan has a certain number of marketing credits every month. And so, for example, like basic, I believe, is 6,000 marketing credits a month. Premium is 12,000. Those are kind of the two more popular plans. So those are essentially, those are the ones I'll mention here. So if you send an email so every email that you send uses one marketing credit. Yeah, there's a list based on the plan. So that's basic, premium, and pro as you're moving up the chart there. So if you send an email to one person, that uses one credit. So if you send an email to 100 people, that uses 100 credits. So text messages, and the reason we have credits instead of like limited number of emails or whatever, having email buckets, is because you can use them for email or texting. Texting uses more credits each, if you can read that little pop up there, then it says text messages, at least for US and Canada, sending a text message uses 15 credits, and a picture message uses 40 credits each. So, and again, that's multiplied by the number of people you send it to. So if you send a text to 100 people, or to 10 people, that's 150 credits. Now there are some, I guess, little exceptions in there. Perhaps if you have two-way texting, which is an add-on, all of our plans come with texting. You can text; it comes from a central number. If you add on two-way texting, you get to choose your own phone number, and then it also gives you unlimited one-on-one texting messages. There's this little chat feature inside the system. There you can text back and forth, and it doesn't use any credits. Only broadcast messages use credits. Without two-way texting, pretty much every text you send uses credits. Incoming texts are free. There's no charge on those in any of the plans. So yeah, there are some limits on there. Just for example, so to answer your question directly, Virginia, like if you're just sending emails and you have the basic plan, you could send 6,000 emails a month. Now that would change if you sent 50 text messages. That's going to reduce your credits, and then you can send fewer emails. But the other aspect of this is you can totally add on credits. They're quite inexpensive in the back office. I think they're about $1 for 1,000 credits. So it's not a lot. You can add them on kind of as you need. I know there's a couple times of the year where people need more. They need to send more emails or more texts. The recent Black Friday promos, or maybe New Year or whatever. Sometimes people will add on some credits. You can do that under the My Plan in your account settings area. At the very bottom, there's a settings link, and then My Plan. This also shows you your credits, how many you have and then how many credits you've used. And if you really want to, if you really like nerding out on numbers or whatever, there's a purchase button, but there's a view usage history link up towards the top on credit usage that will go back, and it'll show you your back usage and everything you've used, how many emails you've sent, how many text messages you've sent over time. So you can really keep track of it in that regard. Cool. All right, a couple more questions. The credits roll over to the next month. They don't at the moment. If you've purchased a chunk of them kind of at the border of a plan or whatever, send us an email. We can probably help you roll that over to the next month, but the built-in ones don't at the moment. Maria asks, access GetOiling, we must go through a browser, right? There's currently no app. Correct. That is correct. Now, on your phone, the GetOiling back office is mobile friendly. So you can actually add, and that's something we can't really demo here because this is a laptop computer that Amanda's on, but there is usually like a triple dot icon that kind of looks, I guess, similar to the one that's in the upper right of this screen here on most phones. I think on iPhone, or I should say on Android phones. On iPhones, it's a little bit different icon. You click that icon and there's like an add to home screen link or button that's on there. And what that does, it'll add an icon to your phone home screen, and then it really essentially works and behaves like an app. For people with two-way texting, you can also do that with the chat, the little chat feature too. And so you can have a separate icon for like the back office and a separate icon for your texting. And then effectively you have like a little app for the texting. The text notifications for two-way texting come in via text. So let's see. Deb asks, how does the business phone number work? Does your phone ring indicating that it is using your GetOiling number? So if somebody, the phone number, it does work like a normal phone number. Whenever you set up a phone number through GetOiling, it becomes your business phone number. And then what you can do, so people can call it. It's a real number, and what it does, it routes it to your mobile number. And there is only one, when it comes to caller ID, of course, there's only one ID number that we can, that we can use. And right now, what it does, it passes on the caller ID information of the caller. So who's ever calling you, it's going to show up as their name and number, and not saying, it's not going to be from your GetOiling number. So when you call out, though, there are ways of calling through the contact manager. I mean, I don't know if you want to click on manage, we can show you that too. If you want to place a call using your number, I suppose you'd have to find somebody that actually has a phone number on file. And there'll like be a little, there we go. So there's that one. And there's a little call, there's a call link towards the right of that where you can call them. And what this does, as it says there, it rings your mobile number first. Once you answer, it then dials your contact. So and then they see your business phone number on the caller ID. And this also works, of course, on your when you're on your mobile phone too. So next question here: the price for texting and emails compare to some other provider. I guess, so if you have specific needs beyond, it's very difficult to compare, to a system that just does texting versus ours that has like all sorts of things that you can do with it in terms of the credits. So if you need more or whatever, so just send us an email, support@getoiling.com. We can help you out there to try to figure that out. Marie says, I had to GetOiling to my home screen. Could you go over again how to add the chat to my home screen? Yes, absolutely. So as Amanda has there, if you click on the chat link, it pops it in a new tab, and this would happen on your phone too if you did that. Then you would just add this separately to your phone home screen, and then you would have two icons. And I think you can rename it somehow, but it should say like chat or something at the top anyway, which will show up on the icon. So you would just add these separately, if you added the GetOiling back office, and then you add the chat separately, but first you want to click on the chat. So cool. Yeah, I don't see any other questions at the moment, but here's another one. So with your site, Mega, you can get a business phone number attached to your mobile, so you can have separate business line. I was looking into this. Which plan again do you need to get this? Two-way texting can actually be added onto any of our plans. We do recommend that you at least have the basic plan. Although, because it has more credits. That has 6,000 credits. When you go down to lower plans, they have significantly fewer credits, and you could add them on, I guess. But so my recommendation would be the basic or higher plan, and then to pick out your number. If you don't have it set up, you can just click that little chat link at the top, and it'll pop up, and then it'll walk you through the process of getting that added to your account. Right now, it's a $9 a month add-on if you're paying month to month. It's a little bit less if you're on an annual plan, kind of on an annual basis as well. So, all right, let's see here. And awesome. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing any more questions at the moment. Certainly, pop them in if you have them. Amanda, Kim, I don't know if there's any questions that come to mind from having been in the helping out with support, anything we want to cover there, but we can, if not, we can wait a minute for a couple more questions to come in, or we can wrap it up for the day. So.
I can't think of anything right now that has kind of, come in, I guess. We've gone over a good portion of some of the questions that have come in too.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So, yeah.
Sounds good. I don't see any other questions here. So, yeah, thanks everyone. We're glad you're here. Appreciate all the questions and comments, and keep them coming. We're very excited for everyone. So have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a wonderful day.